but I gotta be great. That's the God up in me. Whoa, yeah. Hold me, they cannot hold me, yeah. Slowly, ain't no more taking it slowly, yeah. Holy, you're dealing with something that's holy, yeah. Hold me, I need somebody to hold me. I'm still cooking out the basement, and this game needs some sick.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and this one features the Saints leader at quarterback. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Saints and the Eagles, all that and more, coming up next.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fielded just outside the goal line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wilkerson. Caught right side, Davis. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So back-to-back plays, each good nothing. And he'll face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch signal for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. CD, after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. To throw on 2nd down, Wilkerson. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Wilkerson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked, it was the bottom half that was in question. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10.
Ordinarily, when you're backed up this deep, most teams like to play it on the safe side, but not these guys. They took a big shot downfield and wound up hitting it for a big play. Back them into a corner, they come out swinging.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll set up to throw. And it's It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 92 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance.
York able to send this one through.
And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw. Wilkerson. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. Making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This one complete to Patton.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Back to throw again.
They'll drop this down to Williams.
This will be a gain of about 8. to the 27-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Ja'Marr Chase.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was Ja'Marr Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wilkerson out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. Right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
$10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Wilkerson rolling to his left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it. According to the headlines, incomplete. So the late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Kamara up the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Patrick Queen
Able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Wilkerson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Wilkerson. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson
Coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down. That takes him across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up the 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Second down and 6 now from the 42.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Open man is Chase, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Wilkerson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Saints.
They'll run on 1st down. Fontaine. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Wilkerson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at third and a few inches. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Off play action. Wilkerson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his 2nd of this first half, as he'll try again on first down here.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Quick slant caught by Chase.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now back to throw.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure it's still a handful of games left to play. 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
That's complete right around the 8. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
They're going to look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. The Bears locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. A touchdown there for Saquon Barkley. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Saints, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have 2 touchdown catches. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
York now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilkerson looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He'll drop to throw.
Got a man open. It's Chase. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Back to throw here. Touchdown, Eagles! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Eagles have opened the lead up to 30. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
As he's shaking his head as he gets up, and you got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss. Operating from the gun, Wilkerson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. Off the play fake, Wilkerson. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
2nd and 11. Again, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. Operating from the gun, Wilkerson. Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. The extra point, nothing good. And the lead's down to 24. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll drop to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there to the...
He's got him in, complete.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
On 1st down,
Wilkerson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Wilkerson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Going up top. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles' defense able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd falling short. They'll try and pick it up through the air.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, it's Williams. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Encroachment, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Now a give up the middle to Williams.
And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints 26.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
On 1st and 10, Wilkerson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Wilkerson. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wilkerson. Throw left side complete. That's Young. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Young.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Young.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Wilkerson. And this is Simpson with a catch.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Back to throw. Wilkerson. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Touchdown! From 4 yards out.
And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. So that takes him down the field on 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And some room to run now.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Again, it's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Williams will try again. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. They'll run it with Williams. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
The York on now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The New Orleans offense set to take over. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Throwing on first down. Wilkerson. Flush to his right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Operating from the gun, Wilkerson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. There comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I had no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Philadelphia, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.